Morning. So today I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about generational cycles in vehicles. Um, I know my last video I was saying, hey, the time is now if you're looking shopping, and some of you may not be car enthusiasts. Maybe you're not aware of how manufacturers run their lines and develop and all this kind of stuff. So what I wanted to do is kind of make a quick video kind of explaining some things on how cycles work, generational cycles. So if you hear that out there, you'll have a better understanding of what that is. So what a generational cycle is a model run. So you've heard of the Fox Body Mustang, right? Well, the Fox Body Mustang, it ran from like 78, 79, all the way to 93, the Fox platform. But then you have different year ranges within that. And so those are the body style ranges. So this body style ranged from this year to this year, this year to that year. And so what they will do is they determine what they want the car to look like, and then they will put that model into production for so many years. And then once it reaches a body style run will usually be anywhere between 5 and 10 years. Sometimes a year or two longer, sometimes a year or two shorter. Here lately, in the past 5 to 10 years, it's been about 3 to 5 years. They will change a body style because they know that the buying population is visually they want to see the new thing, right? They know that the population is hooked on the latest greatest thing, and so the sooner that they can get a new change the way the car looks, they have better chances of getting more buyers. Okay, so it's basically the way the automotive industry markets. It's their marketing blast. You know, they change the body style, make it look more appealing, make it look different. Now, the way things used to go down in the automotive world is based on the manufacturer. Not all manufacturers are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. Okay, so these manufacturers, they're in competition with each other. They're in competition. They want your dollars. They want you to come and buy their product, right? So they know not to release their brand new vehicles or their new body styles at the exact same time. So what you'll have is some stagnation, right? Excuse me. Ford might release their newest body style of the Mustang next year, and then the year after that, GM's going to release their new body style of the Corvette or the Camaro's gone now, but they would release their refresh of the Camaro to kind of keep it fresh. And I'm sure their hopes are oh, these people now see the new Mustang, they're interested in it. Maybe they're trying to save up for this new Mustang, but now we're going to release this where maybe we'll get those saved dollars and they'll pivot and come buy the new Camaro because they like the look of it better. So that's how that works. That's the philosophy behind it. So what used to happen, what I noticed happened in the 80s and 90s was you had some manufacturers that would have a decent platform. And by platform, I mean like a frame, engine, transmission, drivetrain combo. They have a good platform, and they know that it's selling well, that platform, so they'll refresh the look of the car on that same platform without any adjustments to the drivetrain. Just same drivetrain, tried and true, but we're just going to make the body look more appealing. The shape of the headlights, the shape of the taillights, we're going to change some things, make it look either more sporty, more luxurious, more classy. Insert all the words you want to insert there, but they want it to be more visually appealing and be more competitive with a competitor's a model that a competitor might have. For instance, if you look at the 80s Lincoln Town Car. Okay, if you looked at it and then you put it up next, you parked a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes S-Class next to it, you'd see they're all kind of similar. They have this, the big center-mounted grills, the squared-off headlights. The luxurious presidential seating with the diamond stitched plush interior. Those kind of things, all those luxury features. They wanted their car, say Lincoln would want their town car to be closely related to the high-end luxury thing. We're like, oh, I can have the same amount of luxury at a cheaper price and go with the Lincoln Town Car. So another thing that a manufacturer would do is, not all of them would do this at the same time, and that's where you kind of had to be in the know and wanted to know this stuff to really find it out. But some of them would refresh their body style before they would make any engine or drivetrain changes. You might have another manufacturer or competitor that would change the engine and drivetrain under the existing body style platform. So you would have changes, and what those are usually called is called mid-cycle refreshes. And so that's the term for that, mid-cycle refresh. So if you ever hear it went through a mid-cycle refresh, then what that means is they made minor tweaks to one thing or another. Most commonly, it's going to be visually. Is the most common mid-cycle refresh that you're going to see. And that is going to be, 2 years into a production run, they decided, oh, well, we're going to tweak the way where the fog lights are mounted, or how they look, or the design of the grille. We're going to change the shape of things. And that be all they do. And so you will see no difference from, say, the fenders to the doors to the tail end of the car, but the front bumper looks different, or the headlights look a little different. But all in all, it's the same car. There's several cars that went through an interior mid-cycle refresh, where the exterior of the car looks the same, but maybe they changed the dashboard. The dashboard looks more sleek or stylish, or up with the times of whatever years ranges that it's competing in. A good example of that is the Lincoln MKZ. Sorry, heard a door open. The MKZ in the 2008 to 2010 range, they actually changed the interior dashboard on them. Exterior was still the same, interior dashboard was different. But things like that is something to keep you aware of, and be on the lookout if you see certain years, certain range of models that they do a mid-cycle refresh and change it a little bit. So the relevance of this is, maybe you reading articles and you're saying that you're seeing that I'm trying to think of an example. Let's just say the Hyundai Elantra. You're reading that the Hyundai Elantra is a horrible car. Well, what the article is going to be based on is going to be that production run range. So it may be, let's just say 08 to 2012, right? That particular one they're talking about, it was in production from 2008 to 2012. Well, maybe in 2010, it went through a mid-cycle refresh and things were improved. Well, so you're reading this article or this news and you're going, oh, well, I'm reading that the 08 to 12 Elantra is bad. Well, maybe the 08 to 2010s were bad, but the 2010s mid-year to 2012s were better. They made the improvements, or they adjusted some of the major complaints because it went through a mid-cycle refresh. So the mid-cycle refresh kind of addressed and fixed some of those issues. So maybe those ranges are okay. Now, I'm not saying the Hyundai Elantra. I'm just using that as an example of what you may come across in some of your research. And it's because these mid-cycle refreshes, they address some things. Sometimes they don't address issues mechanically. They only address visual changes, as said earlier. But just want to make this so that you're aware of some of the lingo out there and dive deeper in your research of whatever you're looking for, because there could be certain years that are better and are okay as opposed to others. So take that for what you will. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless. See you on the next one.